this is more than just business strategy. In 24, you did
very small revenue.
in fact, lost money. She was terrified, fear of failure, stuck in her own head.
That has held me back.
But she's got this big goal that we can put 100,000 cash in bank in the next 7 months. Cross out the fear, this mentality, we can solve the problem of cash flow and start to deliver the growth.
Okay, got it. I'm the eating behavior expert, and what I do is I help high performers gain total control over their food and their eating, because it's a massive problem. So for years, I was stuck in a cycle of trying to lose weight, starving myself, overeating, and I got stuck in this cycle and I didn't like myself. So many high performers, perfectionists, have developed disordered eating. So binge eating, comfort eating, stress eating. Some of my clients can't stop. So these are the people that I help so that they can live their best lives moving forward.
So this is your brand, the eating behavior expert.
That's my personal brand, yes.
That's awesome. Let's have a look at where we're at now. In 24, you did very small revenues, right?
Very small
Very
revenue.
small.
In fact, I made a net loss of £38.
Okay, so you didn't make any money.
Didn't make any money at all.
No money.
No
In fact,
money.
lost money. At least you're laughing and smiling, right? I'm interested in this month.
Yes.
You've done £6,380 in sales.
Yes.
Do you know what? Fair play to you, because I know you beat yourself up. And look, we have people come on doing 1 million, doing 10 million.
Yes,
But it don't matter. Tell me a little bit about this money. What are they buying?
They're buying one-to-one coaching.
And how many clients does that break down to?
That
roughly?
breaks down to 6.
Okay, so we've got 6 clients.
Yes.
And you've got a closing rate change. This is a big change.
It's massive change.
Obviously, we've had real bad financial sales in 2024. Our
Yes.
close rate's gone up, so we've achieved some good things. That's where we are.
Yes.
Where are we going?
My revenue target for the next 12 months is 100,000.
We want to do 100K.
Yes.
You want to get some more automation in place.
Yes.
Why are we not hitting these already?
Me.
Okay,
Quite
right.
frankly.
So you're the block, right? Okay.
I'm definitely the block. My husband completely believes in me, and I've done a lot of work in myself these last 2 years. But the fear of losing our life savings, our pensions, has prevented me from investing money into it. I've got 2 failed businesses behind me.
Okay. This is really important, okay? Because if you've got a fear of failure, it's usually coming from somewhere that can leave a hangover.
Yes.
And that can dent confidence.
Yes.
And that can put people in a place where they play it too safe.
Yes.
And don't take the risks. Okay, so your biggest challenges in the business are?
Cash flow has been.
Okay.
When it comes to advertising, Facebook advertising, I mean, for me, it's gambling until you get it right. And then it's a sure thing. So that has held me back because I didn't feel I had the money I could afford to lose.
But problems fall into a few different categories,
Yes.
right? And you've got the maths categories.
Yes.
They're what I see in front of me.
Yeah.
Scaling is maths. Cash flow is maths. Funding is maths. All of these things are maths problems,
Yes.
which are easily solvable. What's not as easily solvable are drama problems.
Yes.
And this bit about you failing in the past, this is drama. It's old drama.
It's old. Yeah.
We can't fix what's gone, right? It's
Agreed.
done. It's done.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that behind us,
Yeah.
and now we're going to focus on the maths.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we need to look at is we need to look at the objective, which is £100,000 in sales. When do you want to do the £100,000 in sales by?
Ideally, Christmas.
Okay, so you want
1st
to
of January.
do you want to be on track for 100,000, i.e., hitting regular £10,000 months,
Yes.
or do you want to lock in 100,000 in sales before then?
Let's lock in the 100K beforehand in sales.
Okay, so we need to do £100,000 in sales
Yes.
in the next 5 months.
Yeah.
All right, so we're really going to have to push this on. And this is really important for everyone that's watching here. What we're about to do is dive into the plan. And the first thing we need to understand is the cash flow, because in order to grow a business, you've got to invest in a business. I often say a business is like a baby. It eats cash and it eats time. If you want that baby to grow up, i.e. scale, right, in this instance, we've got to feed it the cash. We've got to feed it the time. That is what will elevate it. We're going to figure out in just a few moments how to get the cash flow right and how to match that with a growth strategy. Well, team, we have established very clearly some of the things going on in Hannah's mind. And what I want to do with her now is start to solve these problems. You mentioned to me cash flow. Now, cash flow in any business is extremely important. However, you've started to go on a journey now where you've gone and generated £6,000 in sales in a month, which will create more cash flow for you.
Yes.
It's bringing more money into the business. So is this a historic problem or is this a now problem? That's something that I really want to start to establish and understand in a minute. And we're going to come back to this and discover the extent of the problem. Because the business is so small at this stage that cash flow being a big problem would be unlikely unless we've got a lot of debt to carry through. What I feel is bigger than your cash flow problem is your fear around cash, your fear around money. When you say things like cash flow, it really, I think it's stemming from some money fears. So when we look at growth and cash flow, which are your two defined problems, is you literally had gambling. If I grow, I'm just gambling. And you had fear of money, so you've got two problems contrasting your other two problems. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What I did with Hannah there is I was reframing her past experiences so she could start to see it with a different perception. Now, it's very hard when you take an experience that you live through to reframe that very, very quickly. But I also want to fix this because let me tell you now, marketing a business is not gambling. Spending money on ads is not gambling. It's only gambling if you have no idea what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So I need to give you some education around growth and I need to give you some strategies around cash, and we've got to combat these two things.
Yeah.
And when we cross out the fear and we get rid of this mentality, we can solve the problem of cash flow and start to deliver the growth. So the first thing I want to look at is I want to look at the cash flow of the business. So the reason I'm starting with cash flow is I need to understand the mechanics of the business before I start giving Hanna directives over how to go and market the business. Because if there's no money available, it's going to be a different strategy than if there's some money available. And I actually don't know the way that Hanna's thinking and acting make it sometimes difficult to decipher what is real and what is not real in this situation. Because you know what? Ads can start from £1 a day. Ads can start from £5 a day, £10 a day, £20 a day. And that might be that £1 a day is impossible right now. And it might be like, it's not a problem, but we need to get underneath it and we need to understand it. All right, talk to me about cash flow of the business. You've done 6,000 in sales or 6,800 this month in sales, okay?
Yeah.
Which creates, now, is that written or cash collected business?
What do you mean by written?
When I ask that question, written business is contracts. You've got 6 people saying, I'm going to pay you £1,000, but they haven't actually paid you £1,000, they paid you 100.
Yeah, I've had 5,000 in.
Okay, so you've got 6,800 written, and then we've got 5,000, and this is what we call cash in bank, okay? CIB. Okay?
Yep.
So this is physical cash that's hit your bank account. Now that is a very, very important thing that most people never talk about. It's actually an important business principle. Some people, I'm doing £1 million revenue, but if you only did £1 million in revenue and you only collected 100 grand, you're not really doing £1 million in revenue. You're just writing £1 million of contracts and collecting £100,000. So when people give these insane revenue numbers, sometimes they're not talking about their cash in bank, they're talking about their written. But what I like is there's not too much of a disparity between those two numbers.
Yeah.
Okay? So you are collecting the money, which means you've got £5,000 a month running through the business. Now tell me the expenses of the business.
Well, up until this month, it's been about £350.
So when you tell me, Adam, I've got a cash flow problem, and you've got £5,000 running through the account, and you've got £350 going out, that's positive cash flow as it stands currently, right?
Yes.
Of £4,650.
Yes.
So tell me where your cash flow problem is. I'll tell you where your cash flow problem is. It's in your head.
In my head.
But we've got to get real. We've got to get real.
Yeah.
And this is super important, right? This is money fear.
Yes.
It's money fear. You're playing small because you're afraid, not
Yes.
because it doesn't work.
Yes.
Unless I'm missing anything. If I'm missing anything, you tell me.
Now I know I can get the income. I think before then, I didn't know I ever would. And now I know I can. I have actually invested $900 a month for somebody to sort out my digital assets.
So that's got to come out of this, yeah?
Yeah.
So we haven't got 4,650, right? We just missed a whopping bill that you were. So we've got 3,500 worth of available money coming through this month. So now we know that you haven't actually got a cash flow problem. We've got more money running through the account than we have expenses. We now need to understand and unpack the growth problem. Now you've got very, very low expenses. Your income is going up, your expenses are staying where they are, so your cash flow is actually fixed. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out how can we grow. Now I need to understand your product range. Let's say I make an inquiry to you, what are you selling me?
My signature product,
Yeah.
which is £1,500.
Okay, that's your signature product. What else you got?
I've got a fast track one.
Yeah.
So that's a 597 product.
Okay. What does that do?
That's a much shorter version of the top one. Some people just want a quick hit and just to get them back in the right place. With the top product, I completely analyse the problem and I provide a personalised solution and I deliver that with accountability for a month with also 4 coaching calls.
So this is 1 month.
Yeah.
And this is shorter.
Yeah.
What else have you got?
Oh, I've got my online course.
Okay. And how much is that?
Well, I've got that for $497.
Okay.
But I haven't sold any because I haven't
So at
advertised
the moment
it.
you haven't sold any.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about your options to continue with you? What if I'm like, oh, you worked with me for a month, Hannah. You've helped me, but I really need somebody to hold my hand. I need somebody to check in with me. I need somebody to check that I don't go for that bag of Maltesers. I need somebody to make sure that I look after my health. Where's that option?
That would be the continuation of the 1,500,
Okay.
really.
Right, so there's a bit of a gap in the product range, okay, for sure. This here, fine, right? There's a 1 month signature program. This here, there's a downsell, fine. The course, fine. I would probably, to be honest, take the course down in price.
Yeah.
And the reason being is what you want to do is someone comes on the phone with you and they can't buy that, then it'd be better to have something small so you get some money out of the call rather than nothing.
Yeah.
But what I would do is I'll create a continuation product. I wouldn't make it £1,500 a month because all this is one-to-one coaching, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would start to create something, you know, where it's like, look, $297 a month. You can join my group coaching. You've got my community here. We all stick together. We all hold each other accountable. We meet up twice a month. So we get onto Zoom. You know, you can meet up with everyone else. You can ask questions. You can get help and support. And then literally you've got more of a community aspect.
Yes.
So this is a continuation of this.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't want that, and they want one-to-one coaching, we could do something like, I don't know, $597 a month, and they get your continued support.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
So now we've got 2 continuation products. That makes life much easier. So I'm going to draw this out.
Okay.
Problem is, the reason that you can't do ads, again, and it seems that on a lot of the audits, the product range is a bit all over the place. So we've got to get the product range nailed in order to make it work, right? So we've got a call. This is people come into our world. They get onto the call with you. If we want to downsell them, we downsell them into the course. I would just make the course a pure downsell.
Yes.
I'll just make it cheap. Because anyone that can't afford to work with you, you're better off to do them here. I actually don't think there's any point having your 597 product. I just think you're complicating it. You've got your £1,497 signature product. And this is a signature product, which I think you say, this is how I work with people, this is how I take them through, this is how I get great results. And then I would have off the top of that, I'd have your other 2 group coaching programs. So you get the 297 per month, that's the community program. And then you've got the, whatever you feel that you can charge, but 597 per month minimum. And this is the 12 month. So make this 12 months. You get 2 months free if they pay up front for it. So they pay up front for the year, they can have 2 months free. Okay? So now we've got, this is a 3,000 they're getting 2 months free. So this is a £3,000 product, and this is a 2 months free. This is a 5,997 product. Okay.
Yes.
So now you've got a clear value differentiator on those, and then you can keep working with the people. Plus, you've got a downsell that fixes the actual product range. Okay.
Yeah. They don't normally need any help after that.
Okay. You think they don't need any help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Imagine you met me the first time you met me, and you come in, and let's say you did the branded course.
Yes.
And I put you in the media the first time. You'd be like, well, I got in the media. That was awesome. And then you went home, and then we had nothing else to give you. Guess what? Well, then you wouldn't have been in the media another 35 times. You wouldn't be a podcaster. You wouldn't be multi-award winning. You wouldn't be sat there right now. You wouldn't have met all the people you met, hang out with all the people you hung out with. You wouldn't have now be doing the money that you're doing now.
No, this is true.
Because you don't know what you need. You're meant to show them what they need rather than them decide.
Okay, got it.
Make sense?
That makes complete sense, yes.
Okay. They need your help. You told me, you sat up here a minute ago,
Yeah.
and you said, I've changed my mindset. I know if I don't sell, I'm doing them a disservice. And that's why my closing rate's gone up. I communicate better. Agreed?
Yes.
So now you're like, well, I'm going to sell them, but I only want to sell them once.
It's not that I want to fix them, and I can give them a fix, and as long as they do what they do.
What about Sally that bought off you a year ago?
Yes.
That now is binge eating because you didn't follow up with her. How do you feel about that?
I would follow up.
Oh, but you just do that for free?
Yeah, I'd make contact. I would. I'd call them. I would
don't
call
want to
them.
do that for free. That's the whole point. What we want to do is we want to offer it. We want to get paid for the value we provide.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. So this is why you're going to have these recurring products. And what you're going to say to them is, look, I'm going to do an incredible job for you with 1 month, and we are going to literally get you in a place where we fix a problem.
Yes.
However, what most people like to do is they like to fix this problem for life, and they like to stay into a community where we work on this together. Not only is it a community, and then you can layer other things in.
Yeah.
It's like, because what you do, and this is really, really important for those of you watching and listening along, is that when you are building a product range and we're working with people, what we want to look at is we want to look at selling them the problem that they have and solving that with our first sale. But whenever you solve one problem, guess what you get? New problem. So what's the next problem that they have after this? Well, the problem is they now know that I shouldn't binge eat and I shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. But maybe they don't know how to eat healthy. Maybe they don't know how to stay fit. Maybe they don't know how to be healthy and have great well-being.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yes, agreed.
And now you can do all that for them.
Yeah.
And then not only can you fix their eating disorder or their eating problem, but you can work with them on being a healthy, productive woman, right? And then also, to be honest, if you wanted to, you could get them to go and help other people that have got the problem.
Yeah.
And this is where you can start to bring in other offers and stuff like that. So now we know that. This is how it then breaks down. You want to get to your £100,000.
Yes.
If we were able to get 10 people on this product on a monthly basis, that will get you your £15,000 a month, okay?
Yes.
All right, which would be, pretty powerful, right? So we need 10 a month to get that. We then start getting 10 people a month on this. That's a £3,000 stacker. So that's just going to keep going, right? And then it's the same here. That's a £5,000 stacker as well. That as we get more people on this, 10, 10, 10, and you start to build your different communities out. This is where your 100K aim is actually really small. This can be many, many hundreds of thousands of pounds as we build it up. But what we'll do is this. I'm just going to focus on this for you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why this you're going to introduce. So you introduce these options, you go to work, and you say, after I solve this problem, what do they need here and here?
Yeah.
And you figure that out, that next step. But all I want to focus on is how do I get you 10 people a month coming in to pay you 1,500 quid? Make sense?
Yes.
The reason I'm doing this, team, is Hanna thinks that ads and marketing are gambling. Hanna is afraid of this stuff. And I don't want to make it too complex. I just want to make a simple step towards her success. This is a defined problem. There are people out there that have eating problems. They have eating disorders. They have huge issues that they need solved. It's an incredible pain point where we can offer a solution. So all I want to do is I want to solutionize this, and then this will come naturally, okay? So tell me how I know and this is the marketing aspect. Let's imagine that I am your target market and I'm in a bad way. How would I know that I'm in a bad way with this eating disorder?
Because you've tried everything out there and nothing has worked. And you're in a worse condition than you were when you started trying to fix yourself.
How would I know that I had this problem though? You said you tried everything, but there's loads of people that have tried everything, but they don't have an eating disorder.
It is a compulsion to eat.
Okay, fine. So now we're getting to compulsion to
No control.
eat. No control. How does that affect my life?
When you're in a state like this, you're not high energy, you're low energy. It affects everyone around you. You may think you can hide it from your kids, but they notice. It affects your relationship with your partner. You're probably very lonely because you're struggling with this alone.
So we need an ad of you explaining this. We can do this with meta ads, right?
Yes.
And the reason that we'll use meta ads is because people might not necessarily be searching for the problem because they don't understand how to define the problem.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they're not even at the stage where they have a defined problem.
Yes.
Because you're talking about catching it before they realise they've got an eating disorder. Is that correct?
It's when they've got a problem that is affecting their quality of life.
Okay.
And they just want it gone.
Okay. You're going to create an ad that just says to people, are you somebody that just has a compulsion to eat? You just feel like you don't have any control. You're perhaps feeling a little bit low on yourself. Everything doesn't feel comfortable. Your energy is low. And more importantly, you might be hiding your food habits and hiding what you eat, not telling people. This might be affecting your family, your relationships. If that sounds like you or someone you know, I can help. And then you're just going to be positioning them to come and book a call with you. And then you've got your two programs. You've got the Downsell for people that can't necessarily afford. You've got the 1500 and then you've got the community. So this is why it's not gambling. If I've got somebody that needs that product, that they want to solve their eating issues within a month, and I can hand them to you, I can give you that person, how much would you be willing to pay me out of the 1,497 to deliver you that person?
I'd say at least 40%.
Okay, so 40%, that's huge, by the way.
Is it?
That's big, right? Okay, so you'd easily get, people with that. Let's say we go 30%, okay? Right, to give you that person as a done deal, that means that your cost per acquisition target would be your £450. And let's say that you only sell 1 or 10 people you talk to. Mm-hmm. That means your cost per lead would be £45. So now we're not gambling.
Right.
And literally, after you've booked 10 calls, you spent 450 quid, then you can say, did I go and get that sale? Did I not go and get that sale? That's not gambling. You've got a great message, you've got great ads, you've got a great process, you've got great credibility. That's all we need to do. And for everyone that wants to understand how ads actually work and how the process of ads work, it's really simple. You buy eyeballs, so you buy people's attention. Typically, we're talking about Meta. It's going to cost £20 for your eyeballs, right? That's for 1,000 of them. They sell them in a sack of 1,000 eyeballs. So 1,000 people see your message for 20 quid. That's called CPM, right? Now we've got 1,000 people seeing your message. You've paid 20%. Of the eyeballs that you buy, a percentage of those eyeballs grow arms and fingers and they click. That's called CTR, okay? Now on cold ads, your CTR might be about 1%, right? Your click-through rate. So 1% of the eyeballs that you buy go and click the ad. Then of those eyeballs that go and click your ad, we've got a landing page. You said you've got that, right? So you've got the landing page. Let's say your landing page converts at 10%. This is the eyeballs you bought, the ones that click, 10% of them go and make an inquiry. And this gives you your CPL. I'm breaking this down for you even more. Mm-hmm. And of those that go and they register for leads, you'll have the ones that actually show up to your call and then have a conversation with you and go on to buy. So not only do they buy, they grow arms, they grow legs, and they grow wallets, and they hand you their card and buy your product. Make sense?
Yes.
Right? So of that, that is called CPA, which is your cost per acquisition. So if we do the maths now, because I told you everything's either a maths problem or a drama problem, okay, you buy eyeballs, 1,000 of them at 20 quid. 1% of those eyeballs, you bought 1,000 eyeballs, 1% of them click. How many clicks you got?
10.
That's right, there we go, bang. Right, so now we've got 10 that click. You get 10 over to your landing page. And of the 10 that click, you get 10% of those that opt in, and you've got how many in?
1.
1. What's your cost per lead?
£20.
£20, right? Okay, now you get one person that comes onto your call and they don't buy.
Right.
Guess what you need?
What do I need? More eyeballs?
You need more eyeballs. You just got it, right? Bang. Yeah, we need to get more. So now guess what? You spend 200 quid. Let's do the maths again.
Okay.
Right, so now you spent 200 quid, you got 10,000 eyes.
Yes.
Guess what? You got 1% of them click, you got 100.
Yes.
Now you got 1% of those click, 10% opt in, which means you got 10 leads.
Yeah.
Okay? What's your cost per lead? Still the same. What's your cost per sale? Well, one of the 10 bought, so now your cost per sale is 200 quid. That's not gambling.
No. No.
And that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to arm you with the strategy of understanding that you're buying eyeballs, you're going to check how much you're paying for the eyeballs you buy, you're going to check what percentage of those click, you're going to check your landing page conversion, and then you're going to check who shows up and what the cost per sale is.
Right.
And we have a target. As long as you're hitting those targets, you're not gambling, you're moving towards your success step by step. From that, we only need 10 people to go on and buy.
Yes.
Which means if it costs us £200 to get a buyer, and we want 10 buyers to do £15,000 in a month, how much do we need to spend?
2,000.
2,000, bang! So 2,000 spend gets you to bring in 10 deals based on those maths, which takes you to your £15,000 per month on those sales with some downsells in there. So now you've got 15,000. You do that, you know, over the course of, would you say we had 6 months? 6 months is 90 grand, right? So that's 90, okay? Guess what 7 months is?
A little bit more.
105, which takes you to your 105,000 in the bank before the end of the year, which gets you your 6-figure business. How do you feel about that?
That's amazing. Sounds good. Exciting.
So you've got the steps in play here. Establish what's been holding you back. Cash flow is not necessarily the issue, because guess what? You've got more than 2,000 a month available for the budget.
Yeah.
The reason you're not doing it is because of fear. Okay?
Yes.
And the reason you're not doing it is because you think you're gambling. But we've overcome the fear. We've got you to be ready and convinced that you're not gambling, correct?
Yes.
Which means that you will free up the cash flow that will bring you in the growth.
Yeah.
All you've got to do now is follow the strategy. Is we've got Hanna to overcome fear, understand cash flow, stop gambling, get growth, which is awesome. In addition to that, we then have built the product range in a more compelling way. And although we've only got to aim for a 10,000, bear in mind we're going to be moving people into our recurring programs, which means we're going to make more money there as well. We've looked at how do we get the messaging right. Along with this, we've looked at how ads work. All we've now got to do is go get it, implement what we discussed, you'll get the £100,000. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy. Very happy with that.
Anything that could stop you?
No.